Hi friends, my name is Shelby if you are new here, and I'm making quite a mess, which is nothing new whenever I do soil blocking. So I'm getting my seeds started for the fall garden today, which is super exciting. Right now I'm just kind of like slapping together some soil blocks, where typically I'm a little bit more strategic with all of my soil blocking material. I usually use really rich mushroom compost with some perlite, with some worm castings, as well as some coconut coir. But today I have rushed things a bit because I figure, first of all, we weren't in our house for the last 6 weeks, so I don't really know where a lot of all of my materials and things are, because a lot of things are packed away. So I went to the store and I got some raised bed mix, and the reason we weren't in our house is because we were getting some things renovated. So that kind of ties into why I'm rushing to get things started, because the fall garden is right around the corner and I want to have some things growing in the fall garden. So I'm just finishing up my soil blocks before getting started here. Again, I don't necessarily recommend the soil that I was using today if you saw the bag, but I figured it's better than nothing. I'm sure the seeds are going to germinate anyways, and I don't plan on having these starts in here for a long period of time. I plan on honestly getting them out in the garden within the next like 3 or 4 weeks. Okay, going through all my seeds. Now I have in mind what I'm going to start ahead of time. There are lots of things I prefer to direct sow in the garden. Unfortunately, my garden is nowhere near ready for direct seed sowing. It is a crazy mess, and if you want to see that next video, trust me, I will show you the crazy mess that is happening in the garden. Now, tomatoes and peppers are on the top of the list for things that I want to get started ahead of time. Time is of the essence with those particular crops. Unfortunately, this year we had to move out of our house to get some renovations done right as it would have been like tomato harvest season. So I did not harvest a single spring tomato, which is absolutely heartbreaking. I know. I did all this work to get us ready for the spring garden. This is a pineapple tomato. This is the San Marzano tomatoes. And basically, the whole process of getting the home renovated was kind of like, we weren't even sure, honestly, until like the last minute, even though we were like moving out of the house and doing all kinds of stuff. So I knew we wanted to do it over the summertime, and unfortunately the spring garden and all the work I did had to take a hit as a result. So this is my redemption tomato garden this year, because I did not have any spring tomatoes to make into sauce or anything like that. I'm a little bit focused on some of those beefsteak varieties, the larger varieties, as well as my San Marzano varieties, which are going to be ideal for those sauce tomatoes. Now, I also want to get my eggplants going. Eggplants take a really long time from seed to harvest to start to fruit, and it's not that I'm attempting to grow them this year or this time around the season for a big harvest in the fall. My goal is to at least get the groundwork going for these eggplants, because I can overwinter them and they will just bounce right back in the winter time. So I'm trying to get my footwork going ahead of time with my eggplants, as well as my peppers, which you can do the same thing. You can get your peppers started even if you're in a colder climate and overwinter them. Peppers are of utmost importance because I want spring peppers going right away. Okay, I let my son play with my seed markers and they got left out in the rain, and now they're like totally wet, which, you know, I don't know if I can actually draw or write on the seed markers. So we're gonna start out with labeling everything so I know what is what. Vintage wine. Okay. So I like to start out with 5 of each, because that's a significant amount of plants, you know, if they all work out. So we got the mortgage lifter seeds, which, you know, all the tomato seeds look about the same. So I'm just gonna put 5 in these little holes, which is what's so perfect about soil blocks, is that you just put your little seed in that hole and then just gently cover it up. The beloved San Marzano tomatoes, I save these seeds on paper towels, which has always worked just fine for me. I always get people who comment and they're like, don't do that. I'm like, oh, it works for me. So I'm just gonna keep doing what works for me. We have, here's our mushroom basket. Here's a Tiffin Mennonite. This is a time where I would say zones like 8 through 10 really have different opportunities than the rest of America, because there's just more that we can grow through these seasons. So now all I have to do is just literally cover just a teensy bit of soil over the top. I know that this is not the most perfect median for soil starting, but honestly, seeds will start on a paper towel. 1 tray down. We have our tam jalapenos, which is a jalapeno option that is not hot, which I think is super cool. So I'm gonna get 5 of these started. Everything I'm going to do in 5s. I have 8 varieties of peppers right now to seed sow, and then I have 2 varieties of my eggplants. Now this is the YOLO Wonder Bell. It's a really good time of the year to grow bell peppers because it's just not going to be so awfully hot as well. Cubanelle pepper. Peppercini. Okay, that tray is done. In that tray, I have the shishito, serrano, peppercini, cubanelle, YOLO, and tam jalapenos. Once you get the soil blocks done, it's a really fast process, honestly. My plan is to get all my pepper plants, or a good amount of my pepper plants, in pots. That way I can protect some of them, and the other ones I'll just cover with some type of like fabric or something when it gets to be freezing temperatures, which is typically only a handful of days here in Florida, so it's pretty manageable. But as I said, the beautiful thing is if you start trimming those plants down to basically nothing so they can reserve their energy, and you store them inside, if it is like a area that you live in that's prone to lots of frost, you store them inside next to like a window or something like that. By the time the threat of frost has come and gone, you can put them outside and they will immediately start to have all of their leaves and everything like that just explode back to life. Hopefully I can get a little bit of a harvest, but if not, I'm just doing work now so I don't have to worry about it for spring. So we've got the eggplants too. I am worried that these won't germinate, but we're just gonna see what happens. I do need some new eggplant seed packets, and I also need some new eggplant varieties, I would say. That's, oh, not the right seed. Because there are so, if you are not familiar with eggplant, there are so many varieties of eggplants. It is crazy. And they're really interesting and pretty looking. Most people are only just familiar with like the Black Beauty variety, which is one of the ones I'm growing today. So I'm just gonna put more Black Beauties back here, because honestly, all you need is like 2 eggplants and you're set, unless you really love eating eggplant. But you don't need that much eggplant, because they do produce a lot. So I put the 1 tray already underneath my couch. I'm gonna put these ones underneath there too, because I do have chickens. I let free range, and if I don't hide them, they're gonna have a heyday with it. But that is all. I'm really excited to have some seeds going. And when I say some, I mean, it's about like 100. I didn't count all of them, but it's a lot of starts. So now I have no excuse but to get back out in the garden and start tearing it up, which, you know, it's not that I'm not looking forward to it. It's that I just know it's going to be a tremendous amount of work because it's a huge garden and it's just a lot. I really let it get out of control this time. So my name is Shelby. If you are interested in subscribing, you want to see more, definitely, you know, click the subscribe button down below or click the like button if you enjoyed this video. And until next time, bye.